welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, I can't stop thinking about how to make mono white control a good deck. And the problem with mono white control that you may have had if you played it is you can tune it to beat mono red if you want to. You can tune it to win all kinds of mid-range matchups. But you just can't beat Jace. You can't beat the control decks that mill, and you can't beat Ramp, the Atraxa decks that just outvalue you because they get to all these big resources and you run out of ways to effectively deal with their board. Jace, they mill you out. But I was doing some thinking, guys, and I solved it. I found the answer. It's not one card. No, it's a lot of cards. No. You see, Jace, only if they have 4 of them, only mills 15 times 4. I think that's 60. Math is for blockers, of which I am not. So yeah, 4 Jaces at best equals 60 cards. So what if I had more than 60 cards? At first I was like, how about 100 cards? 100 cards should do it, but then I was like, well, what if they play Sonio Special Terrarian Mauler or Tarian Mauler, whatever that card is, and they mill half your deck one time? So I kept going. And I built the biggest mono white deck that you have ever seen. 200 cards. Mill that. How does that help us against Atraxa Ramp? Well, quite frankly, because it's a mono white control list and almost every card in the deck is in some way like a stall tactic, like a token maker, a removal spell, or a sweeper, they just run out of threats in much the same way they do against my blue-white control decks. So we run Atraxa out of threats. We run the mill deck out of mill. We just take all their mill and we're like, we still got 100 cards. What you gonna do? And they're like, lose, I guess. They deck themselves. And against aggro decks, just every card is good against them because they're all value and removal. The deck is insane. It shouldn't be this way. And it's like I found a bright side to the 3-year standard that we find ourselves in, because now I can actually fill a 200 card mill proof deck with 20 sweepers and 1 million pieces of value, control, and removal. I can do it all. I can play it all. Discounting, excluding nothing. Do you want the Sarah Paragon fetch land combo in the deck? We got that. What if you also want a Demolition Field and Field of Ruin to just blow up all kinds of lands and Roadside Reliquaries to get back with your Sarah Paragon? We got that. You want the 20 sweepers, 4 Vanquish, 4 Farewell, 4 Sunfall, 4 Depopulate, 4 Temporary Lockdown? We got that. You want even more potentially with 4 Eternal Wanderer? We got that. Do you want the little creatures that come out and draw cards so that you can blink them with the Eternal Wanderer for that synergy? Oh, we got that. We got the Overseer, the Farmhand. We got the little doggos, the Spirited Companions. We got all. Do you want some treasure map? I don't know why. It's such a boomer card now from last Ixalan, but we got that. You want some Graveyard Hate? I got an Unlicensed Ursup in here for reasons. Internet, you're welcome. I do not recommend running this deck if your computer overheats easily. Standard, you are finally solved. Let's dive in. Put on the banners. I almost forgot the sponsors. Why would I have the banners off? Cool Stuff Inc., Ultimate Guard, Moxfield. Support the sponsors that support the channel, and that supports the channel. Link in the description. Woo! Let's dive in and enjoy the chonkiest chunk of vanilla ice cream ever created. Let this nonsense begin. I have no idea what's about to hit them. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we get a nice good pause as they notice the impressive size of our deck. And of course, not just a keepable hand, a rock solid hand, everything castable. I love this for us. Braid Sleeves, Goblin Pet, Rakdos, Johnny Avatar, Mardu? Maybe I shouldn't read too much into it. Jund. Is this going to be the ramp deck? The ramp deck is tough because you have to keep up with the value of Atraxa. If you do that, like you get some Tokazia's welcome nonsense going, you can just, like the whole game, you can just try to wear them out over the whole game. They sometimes deck themselves. Oh god, it's a topiary stomper. Tapped creature, lol. Virtue. Wedding. Free hit. Can't block yet. They've got that curve, but it's okay. We've got chumps. The chumping is unfortunate though. They need another land. They'll always have it. All right. More land. Vampire. A little flying and a little value. You're gonna need a lot of that value. And I mean a lot of it. Ugh. Unfortunate. I was really hoping to draw out a sweeper or a binding for that since we have March to deal with it. If they transform that thing, does it matter? It's something I can hit with the saw blades if they use it for mana. But I can't attack next turn anyway. Yeah, let's keep jumping. Hey, at least they didn't play Atraxa. That's another value piece they have to deal with. Maybe this will draw out a binding, and they can't hit it. Yeah, they can't hit this with a virtue. 3 life. Yep, there's the binding. My value has been achieved, though. It's like Solemn Simulacrum, but more so. It's going to be an exciting game because down the stretch, are we going to draw our 20 sweepers or are we going to draw 20 lands? If we draw enough sweepers, I don't think they can actually beat us, but if we fail, well, sadness. You did that with that trigger on the stack? So now I can totally reset that binding? That wedding announcement? That seems good for me. Oh, they're frustrated. They're like, I want the freaking invasion. All right, this is huge. We have to draw a sweeper very soon. Do we? Actually, we still have chumps for days. Wandering Emperor. What do we do? I think what we want to do is Saw Blades the Angel. Get another wedding going. Once we have 7 mana, we can remove a binding to get another wedding. And then we want to play Revelry after we have a lower life total than they do to gain the 4 life back. So yeah, just keep trying to frustrate them. That's the plan. We're also in crafting range. Can turn this into a vehicle. It's a 5/5. That's pretty good on this board. But we need another artifact. Is there one in the graveyard? Not yet. They play a Virtue. We got an Angel down there. We've got a Welcoming Vampire. Do I have to remove that Virtue? I really don't want to. I wanted to remove this binding. Name Angel. Don't think he'll matter. I really wanted this binding. We even have to exile a card to remove the virtue, which is particularly ugh. And what is that? The Wandering Emperor? That's not cool. No, I think what they're going to do is get back their Angel, which I can remove with the Emperor. I can remove the Angel with the Emperor when it attacks. And then I can unleash the Paragon, get back my Welcoming Vampire. I have to take 8 for that. I think that's reasonable. We need the card advantage from the Vampire. It's absolutely necessary. Hey! Deeply frustrating. But something we can remove. They're doing nothing. So is that sweepers in their hand? Probably. So maybe we get another wedding announcement instead. The opponent didn't like it last time. Nah, I'm getting the Paragon. I think it's the best upside value. Ugh, then we draw a land? That's terrible. But hey, here we go. We've got to draw some sweepers. We have to get every card we can. Now we can craft the Saw Blades with a Murex token. But it takes 2 artifacts to crew it, which I don't really have. But the crew's also only 1. They're roping so hard. What the heck? Is their computer melting down as I fetch a land out of this tremendous pile of cards? All right, 2024, 3 cards. We sunset. There's a farewell. All right, Virtue of Loyalty. I don't think we attack here. They don't usually run a Ganjo though, do they? Actually, what do they run that does damage? Probably nothing. Okay, we do attack here. They might block with the Vampire and get it back. Sure. That's what they were roping on, whether or not to cycle a land. Okay, then they draw a binding. They go for the loyalty, sure. Doesn't matter much. Trigger. Everybody? I still might tap the Skyclave for mana, which would let me use Wandering Emperor on it. Okay, it's fine. Like they're throwing the resource book at us. So just planes, no big deal. We go to 18. We get this back if they don't do something about the Paragon. I wonder if that's an oversight. Okay. You did it. So, if we cast this, we can't wipe the board of enchantments, which we definitely want to do. So let's get them. All creatures, all enchantments. Graveyards, not so much. Anything else? We want to leave artifacts and graveyards. Yep. They're gonna hate that. Let's hold up Wandering Emperor. Although, no, let's Murex. Now we have an artifact on the field, and we put counters on it. Yep, Sunfall's what they held. That's not gonna help them for very long. We got lucky they didn't draw a Troxa, but you definitely see the way that this deck is trying to lean. Just wear them out. Top deck an Angel. Targets. There. Sure. All right, last card. But we really want to draw some cards here.
Anyone who harms my
And we can if we attack with 2 creatures.
May your blade strike true.
Beautiful draw. Absolutely beautiful draw. Could have applied the first strike. I think this is fine. All right, let's keep building our crew. Here's a Wandering Emperor. Activate Saw Blades. Make the vehicle. And we can tap 2 artifacts to crew it, but we don't have those, so we need an untapped creature, so we can't crew it here for the... Oh yeah, we can. It will untap. Never mind. The Virtue is going to untap the Samurai, so we can crew the Chariot, get the counter on it, and untap the creatures to crew it if the opponent attacks us with the Incubator token. Sunfall, wow. What a draw. What a draw. It's all right. We got Welcoming Vampire Mirrex now. But these games do get exciting. We have to draw the right cards. And the odds are, I don't know if you'd say they're in our favor. It's interesting. It's a very large deck. A lot of right cards, a lot of wrong cards. Yep. All right. Crew up. If we had saved the Mirrex activation until the opponent's turn. Yeah, maybe we should have. Because we were drawing an extra card. Because the wedding announcement is going to give us a creature that draws a card. Anyway, 7/7. Coming at you. Getting bigger. Our opponent has invaded Zendikar. You think they'll eventually get impatient and freak out that they haven't transformed it? It certainly worked for us last time. Land off the top, nothing generating a creature, so let's do the Mirrex now. Oh yeah, it's a 3/3 now, so it doesn't draw a card. All right. Well, since our creatures are huge, let's use them. Almost dead. And even if they sweep the board, we have the Mirrex and the Chariot. Tell me it's a Troxa. Virtue. Good night. 5-color ramp. You have nowhere near the resources I have. 60 cards. Always an illusion, always a myth. Those crazy mad lads who went up to 61 just weren't going hard enough. They needed to double down. We all know what a 135 card 5-color pile can do. Imagine 1-color 200 card pile. I am trusting these dogs to make the top of my deck amazing. All right, so they're not playing blue. Let's just name human. I'm gonna try to save this Iganjo because we might need it for removal. And we might draw a lot of land. You never know. There's enough in the deck that you could hit a stretch of like 5 lands in a row. So we plan for that. You want to cut it down? There's a lot more where this came from. Thinking about it. The bricks! All right. We swing. Set up the bricks. Two basic planes acquired. 2 dogs coming out next turn. And we really might get to save this Aganjo. Yeah, yep, bit the bullet. Got bored. Craft with artifact. 7 mana. To create 2 colorless thingies. And to give our team an anthem. Oh no, it's Glissa. Whatever shall we do? It is a legitimate question. Let's Spirited Companion. Ooh, Sunset. Doesn't draw a card yet. Doesn't gain life either. I think we can get our opponent to use another removal spell on the dog, and then we can soul partition the Glissa. Or we could next level soul partition the dog, cast it later, and depopulate. No. Okay. Well, maybe we just block here then. Nothing wrong with Spirited Companion going to the graveyard. Or we could soul partition it. That's interesting. I like it, actually. Send a message. See if they use a removal spell. That would get another removal spell out of their hand. It would also take them off curve for casting a Shieldred. Yeah, they do not accept. You almost felt them begrudgingly using this cut down on that farm hand from their timing. They didn't just crack it off, so they are going to try to time the removal spell. Potus. Sentinel, bat. They hit nothing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, that squad is worth a depopulate. Yes, they get a card, but let's get that tortoise out of here. The cursed second Aganjo, but we'll find a use for it. Had a feeling Shieldred was coming. Ooh, Overseer? Sweet. See if we draw a land. Deals with Shieldred. Can't be too upset. Oh no, it's back. All right, we draw. Bodyguard, yeah. Combat. Show him the business. No more Shieldred. Let's keep trying to draw cards. Let's use the Spirited Companion in hand. And beautiful, we got land. Still don't have an artifact for the bricks. Nisa? Well, that's bad. But they made a 6/6 instead of hitting the Shieldred. So let's see. I think we want to bodyguard this 6/6 and attack him. Yeah. Another Overseer. We seem destined to have more creatures and more life in this game, so I'm just going to cycle Revelry here. We got an artifact for the bricks. Hopefully we can get some other value for it. Whoa! My dogs! Path of Peril! Best of one tech. Kill the bricks!
I am the winnower.
They're terrified. We got them on the run. We got them on the run. Look at the spot removal coming out. And they play a Dread Knight to block the bodyguard. Sure. Let's see what we get. Celestis. Excellent. We do not want to trade with the Dread Knight. We could use a Ganjo on it, but that still doesn't achieve our goal. Our goal is to attack down this Nissa. We need an extra point of damage for next turn. This thing getting crafted might be nice, especially with the gnome. So we do this.
Fight beside us.
Cast the Virtue. Graveyards are definitely full. That Virtue can take over the game. We survived it before, though. Make a 5/5 attack doesn't do much. I guess we want to do this. How much does it cost to craft? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Pretty good. That will grow the Overseer to kill the Nissa. Won't solve the Virtue. We're going to be relying on something else for that. Boom, Market Gnome combo. Depopulate. It's a start.
To reject our gift.
You. Stupid bats. That said, they spent 7 mana to get a 2 mana card. It's not like it's the last sweeper in our deck or anything. You know what would be great? Farewell. I would like to page Farewell to the top of the library, please. Careful eating creatures. You're the one with the Virtue. Still not attacking with our Dread Knight, though. All right, 1 card in hand. 4 creatures on battlefield. Higher life total. No reason to cast Sunset. So what do we do? There's not really any good plays, so I guess we pass and use Celestus. I suppose we can attack with the Overseer. That is perfectly fine. One more card. They've got to do it. Go for the throat. Sure. They are the one with the Virtue. Another bat. Yeah, why not? The dog. All right. Sunset. 4 creatures to 3. No cards in hand. Life total. Yeah, Sunset. Getting bad is such a weird weird flex. It shows our opponents in like no rush, but we are a board wipe away from being right back in it. Especially a Farewell. Farewell would be insane. Sunfall would also be great for these Dread Knights. I'm sure they're going to start attacking someday. Is now that day? I think they found the line. It's fine. Don't kill it. They just draw more cards. And our grind strategy gets worse. So, on end step, a lot of people demolition field a cottage. Don't do it here. They already have 2 of them, and their Virtue gives them access to a tortoise to get even more. Wait until they actually power up a cottage to kill it. All right, let's play a dog. When do we want to use that, though? It gives them cards. It gives them a lot of cards. Let's wait for them to get the Shieldred, because then drawing cards hurts us, and we don't want that. Let's keep digging with the Celestus. Okay, discard planes, drop field, pass turn. Trigger Celestus again. Dig, dig, dig. Tell me you need to go for the throat. Yes, I love it. All right, there is a price here to gaining the 2 life, which is we don't have a Field of Ruin open, and we also don't have a Ganjo open. So we let this resolve. I love it. Just keep burning those go for the throats on my trash. They might go for my bodyguard. If they use my bodyguard here, I will be so happy, especially if they target the dog. Sheldred's in exile, so their targets are like Glissa, Tortoise, Sentinel. They do go for the bodyguard. They love value as much as I do. Go for the token, that's smart. Yeah, they're trying to push me into this Vanquish. I'm really hoping to hold out for Farewell instead. Kill that. Take 9. Seems okay. Still might hold out for one more turn. I'm not using a Ganjo here. Why wouldn't they attack with the bats? Because of the Ganjo and they don't want me to have the depopulate? I guess so. All right. Since we have 2 of these effects now, let's go ahead and hit a cottage. But the difference is that we have 2 of them now. When you only have 1 and the opponent has 2 cottages or access to multiple cottages, you need to hold it. There's a lot of things to blow up enchantments in the deck, but it's a big deck. It's hard to find them. Four farewells. There's also some ways to aid on graveyards like Hearse that would do. Destroy evil, get lost, soul partition, kinda. March. Yeah. Yay, triggers. We love triggers. Demolition Field. I like that more than a Ganjo even. Against a deck that gets back Restless Cottage. And we draw Laydown Arms. Do we want to hit a Dread Knight? I mean, giving them access to 3 cards a turn is a lot. But we'll be empty-handed after blowing up the squad? No, we won't. We'll have Depopulate. We'll have Saw Blades. Yeah, let's hit one of the Dread Knights. Also, by the way, we double spelled, so Celestis triggers. I bet they start getting the bats back again. They seem to love those bats. Are we going to see what they've been roping with? Takanuma. Sure. Oh, look, a bat. Good for you. Actually, they should get Nissa, right? Nissa good. Although, all the ropes, really. I hope it's because we are lagging out their PC. If they're thinking this hard, I'm scared for them. This could be a long game. I wouldn't want them to need Tylenol. It's already a long game by arena standards. If I were the opponent, I would not be getting these bats. Not even once. I would keep getting the tortoise. It keeps growing your mana. It keeps powering up your cottages so they can be attacking. It keeps getting the cottages back if I blow them up. The opponent's whole game plan is like feeding my game plan. That is a good top deck, though. That's a very good top deck. I mean, their deck should top deck better than me. It has a few less cards. The Saw Blades have been particularly bad. I really wish they were Fateful Absence. And I might make that switch. They were good in one of the games, but that was like a game where anything would have been good. In this game, they've been absolutely heinous. Okay, Soul Partition. Can get a Depopulate with that. Do we want to wait until they cast the Nissa and make their first creature? They don't have enough forest to really use the Nissa bonus to a great effect. And they're not going to attack into the Saw Blades. So this turn, we pass. They'll probably go for another bat. They do go for another bat. Are you kidding me? All right, Mirrex can go. Ouchie. So now that we see what they're targeting, I think we just, no, hold. We have to draw some kind of a sweeper anyway. Saw Blades will keep them from attacking. If they take the Saw Blades, then we can bounce the bat, get the Depopulate. Yep. Oh no, it's Nissa, my god.
Harmony grants us strength.
Did they finally notice that the Celestis is what keeps me in the game? I think they did.
Vanquish the unfit.
I mean, the Saw Blades is holding back like 6-7 damage a turn, so we gotta hold. All right, big draw. Not a good draw. All right, 22 minutes of this. Couldn't get there down the stretch. Needed better cards. One Virtue soloed me. It's a bit disappointing. Oh, tell me I get to school a mono red with this thing. I think I do. Hearse, where were you? Talk about coming to work on the wrong day. Rakdos. Mono red with other colors. I'm confused. Let's go for bricks. Sometimes putting a target out there for their removal is exactly what they want, so that they use their mana on an early turn. Ta-da! People in these freaking bats, dude. Let's see what they take. A lot of interesting options. The treasure map is the cards. The hearse interacts with the graveyard, which I'm sure they'll use at some point. They're a black deck. The Celestis is ramp. Yep, they take the Celestis. Okay. Get down the Field of Ruin in case they are more of a discard deck, and get the map cooking. Look, 200 card deck. I need consistency. I need my treasure maps. Boring, says the mono white player. But I mean, I love it. Keep playing these cards against my board wipe deck. Sanctuary Warden. Well, I'm keeping that. It's too powerful, even though I can't cast it right away. They might power up their Restless Vents this turn, but if that's all they do with their turn, I guess I'm good with that. Let's get the Mirrex downing, like I said, in case they're more of a discard deck. Let me guess. Shieldred? Oh, that's busted. Stupid bats. Hate these freaking bats, dude. More map. Bodyguard, cool. Probably won't work for the long term. Might catch him off guard though. The other thing we can do is sack 2 of these treasures for the warden. Yeah, that's a lot to overcome. Let's do it. Yeah, attack me now. And then hopefully we can bodyguard the warden when they are finally in a position to try to kill it. That would be nice. That's a good card. It's a really good card. Interesting. Interesting. Let's do this. Welcoming Vampire. Take my Sanctuary Warden. And end the turn. Enjoy your value. We're going toe-to-toe with value here and hoping that eventually we'll draw the board wipes and the board wipes will make up for it. Looks like they got a Praiser, which is more value. A full value Gasm in effect. The plot behind the bodyguard on the warden instead of on their creature is I think they're just going to kill the bodyguard anyway, and getting back the warden in combat is a real threat that might keep them from attacking, but it's also something they could just play badly into, where they attack into the situation and get blown out for it. So let's see what they do. You don't say. It must be my birthday. Two life for me. What you gonna do? So I think they have a go for the throat, which means once this counter is gone, they're gonna kill it. Which means we don't want to block the Dracosaur, because first strike will remove it, then they'll go for the throat the warden. So we need to block a bat. Let's block the one with the hearse. They took that for a good reason, I'm sure. And then do I want the extra card or do I want them to have the extra card? And 5 life. I guess I would rather have a dead Dracosaur than one more card from drawing with the Treasure Cove. Lots of cards to go around. Okay, unfortunate. But no go for the throat. Do I have anything that uses counters of any kind? I don't think I do. This is a permanent plus. This gets the bat. I guess we want to use that while we can. Now we have 2 saw blades ready to cook. We can get the hearse out. Try to save ossification for Shieldred. So let's play Celestis. Punch him for 5 in the air. Block with our tokens. Seems okay. Or just hold back the 5, but I think they're going to remove it. I really think they will. Also, as long as they have lower life total, they don't draw. They just get a little vampire. All right, more value. It's endless Rakdos value. Keeping up is hard. But okay, just a harvester. Just a little harvester. No artifacts in the graveyard, so we might have to craft a saw blades with the bricks, which is totally reasonable. Okay, here's their attacks. Like that. Kill some stuff. Good spot for a board wipe, if we can draw it. All right, give me the bats. No more of their nonsense, please. All right, so what are we looking at? Creatures? Just creatures? Just creatures. Drop them to 11. E. Then 2 mana open at the end of it. So what we can do instead is Field of Ruin the vents now. So that they can't power that up and attack. Don't think I want to go for graveyards because of the hearse. I like having graveyard fuel. When it might breach the multiverse. That'd be sad. Creatures leave artifacts. Yep. Gotta thin the deck. It's really unfortunate that we lost our welcoming vampire. We needed that value. Okay, it's a dinosaur. It's a Gix. Speaking of value, yawn. Yeah, play him out. See what happens. Woo, land. Lucky me. All right. Clay fire. Make some creatures. Ossification. Take the Gix. Try to cut down on that card draw. So we can take a punch or two. Hold the land for the Celestis. Maybe they'll also cast their silly Extract the Truth on it. How to play it. How to play it. We could kill the Carnosaur with the hearse, but if we wait one turn, we're safe. We could kill the Preacher, but then we have nothing to crew the hearse. I think we just take it. 13. Transform the Saw Blades next turn, and we have a 5/5 to trade with the Preacher. Yeah, more value. Ha! Ha! Nice bat. Good bat. Once we blank their Carnosaur with the hearse, things start to look more manageable. All right, maybe we draw a good card. That's okay. 5/5. We can tap 2 artifacts to crew. Discard, go for the throat. Love that. Nice removal spell, nerd. That's a good one. We don't have an enchantment. Yeah, we do. It's a draw 2. Okay, sweet. Hopefully they don't land a Shieldred right here. Carnosaur, you sure? They're not shy. 14, 11 if you have the most life. Attacks the player with the most life or tied with the most life. Create a 1/1. Okay, they got a 1/1. I make 5/5? I mean 6/6. Now is weird timing. Let's see if they have another one. Kill you. Trade with you. Next turn, though, we can just block it. But if I take 6 this turn, how bad are things? Not terrible, I guess. Yeah, just this. That Preacher is still a problem because of Death Touch. Preacher's still a problem, but that helps. No way to double spell to trigger Celestis, but of course we want to cast the Overseer. Maybe we'll draw into it. Something we can cast? No. How about some reverse pressure? They're at 12, but they have a 1/1 blocker every turn for this hearse. So I guess the reverse pressure, not great. Let's just pass. The bat, it's going to take the smite. I mean, of all the things I could draw, that's not the absolute worst. But it was going to deal with the Preacher. That's just going to die. Interesting. See if they've got removal. Kind of a gutsy play. Okay. Nothing. Yet. Might be in a tally. Another Preacher. Cool. I was so happy that I got rid of the last one. Good Celestis trigger. Just moving some land around, unfortunately. Ooh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Our first time having this card. Yes! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Come on down. Mirrex, draw. And untap. Nope, it tapped the freaking Mirrex. Shuffler. Shuffler, why are you this way? All right. Untap land. Activate Celestis. Bricks. Bricks are good. Bricks are good. Assuming we untap with them because bats exist. But welcome. Welcome is huge. We need a turn without them having a Shieldred. By the way, 11 life tie is terrible for the Preacher. I should have been watching for that. I got too excited. And that's why. They get the vampire and they get the draw when we're tied. And then they drew Sheldred. Max punished. No. Oh God. What have I done? Max punished. Well, gotta draw an answer. It's gonna suck. Yes! Get off my lawn! Ten to 6 now. Oh God. Oh God, oh God. Bricks. 2 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Craft with what? Artifact down there? There has to be by now. Still no artifact down there. I guess with a might. And then 1 land open doesn't do much, does it? But we'll see what we draw. Okay. Not good. Very dangerous territory. We keep this to crew this so we can block 4 things. But they are at low life. If we just send the 3/3, do they have to start chumping? Probably soon. And it attacks the player with the most life. Create a vampire. They play the Sheldred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we can't race the Sheldred anyway. Hold back. Man, the max punished for letting them draw that card. All I had to do was make sure that they didn't have, that I didn't have a higher life total. Such a disaster. Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. It's gotta be the Overseer, which opens up a path for the bats, but we're just gonna have to figure out how to solve that problem ourselves. They're holding. They have a blood token and they're holding. That can't be good. Come on, Sweeper. Sweeper, like, kind of wins the game, but we can't do it. Come on. Come on. Virtue. 5 life. 3 life. Celestis trigger. Okay. I think it's over. I think we're done. Unfortunate, dude. Oh, that whole game. One bad misplay. One terrible misplay. Okay, we can hope they attack with the Sheldred, I guess. I think it's unlikely. Sure. I guess they're very nervous about an attack. I can see why they should be. Attack all button. Let's go. What's under this bat? Nothing. Okay, so we can smite it. Interesting. 4. They did not double spell, but I did. If we make the 2/2, we draw. If we draw, we die on the untap. So what else can I do? Give ourselves one last chance for the sweeper. Remember, playing a creature, we draw. Do I want to thin the deck? No, they have creature lands. We shouldn't do that. Boom. Really? We go to 2. I mean, they have so many attackers. Can we get out of it? There's only one way to find out. If we attack all, I'm not sure how they will block, but I mean, okay, yeah, because we're going to play the Virtue. All right, tap, tap. You first. I know giving them the information isn't ideal, but it lets for the best possible attack. This can be something that can block. Sunset. No regret. 5 creatures. Can't make the creatures, but I think that's okay. 4 life and a draw. Vanquish the Horde. Not what we're looking for right now, but no, not you. Okay. I mean, 200 card deck. Why wouldn't I draw what I need? It's a hell of a hearse. What you gonna do about it? Sokinzon. Ah, maybe I should have saved the sunset till after combat. Nah, they're gonna block with those. It's not gonna matter. Although, why wouldn't they? I guess they're gonna try to keep the vampires. Then maybe they haven't thought about Virtue untapping these. We got a full roper. I mean, it's a tough attack to manage. I get it. Okay, evidence of our opponent playing on mobile. The 200 card deck probably is wrecking them. Virtue. One more. Nope, can't trigger it. Why is it lit up? Because I could cast Vanquish, I guess. I can't believe I got out of that. Shieldred down to 2. Never punished. Here's a map token. Cruelty of Gix on top. I mean, it's a tutor if they can keep their life total high, but the reanimator effect is nerfed by the hearse. What's the largest hearse you guys have seen? Leave me a comment. We might get this sucker to a 2020. Yeah, they kept it. And of course it's go for the throat. I hope those go for the throats. It felt so rewarding this game. They're at 18. Bazinga. Your time has come. You will know pain. Oh my god, what a game. My regards to Mr. Kovacs. You face the wrath of the 200 card pile. And we are back for a post-game wraps. And what do you want me to tell you about this deck? That I'm like 2-1 in ranked and that every game takes 20 minutes? Those are true facts that you can get from untap.gg by clicking the link in the description that says stats and checking out the latest deck I've been playing. Good job. Let me put it this way. Sometimes you gotta do something to feel something. I know. Deeply philosophical and insightful. I'm aware. TGB, have you become some kind of a philosopher? No questions. Just hear me out. Let me cook. You gotta do something to feel something. Playing this deck without like any awareness of what I might draw is really just like top deck, see what happens, because there's so many cards in the deck. Playing this deck, but also knowing that my draws were always live, because no matter what situation I was in, there were top decks that would get me out of it. I felt alive playing standard in a way I haven't in months. Sometimes you gotta do something to feel something. Maybe you enjoyed it for content. Let me know. Leave a comment. If you're still watching, you probably did. Thank you, by the way, for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. You're cool.